Hello. Okay. This is gonna be fun, probably. Wait. Okay. Now this is better.
Let's ride! Burn it down!
What is it? Is there something on my... I may not be for long. Anyway, I'm Layla, a Ratawa student at the academia. For now, at least. But the more I read, the more I realized that my thesis lacks integrity. I didn't cover many of the possible outliers in my calculation. I should have been done with the first draft of my thesis by now, but I've barely written a... Well, I guess I have to keep looking up as much info as possible. I shouldn't, but who am I kidding? Maybe I'm not cut out to be a researcher. Maybe I should probably notify my advisor sooner than later, so he can focus his attention on the other students. No, I don't even have the guts to bring it up, and I haven't completely given up yet. To be honest, I haven't slept a wink for days. Just think, lack of sleep hinders my ability to focus, and if I can't focus, I've seen the caliber of the other academia students. They're all geniuses. Oh, if it wasn't for someone who's been helping me out, my advisor probably would have kicked me out of the Darsha. No. All my friends are back home. I'm the only... this might sound strange, but I actually don't know who's been helping me. I don't even know if they're a person. Due to my lack of sleep, I sometimes... Yeah, but oddly enough, when I wake up, my homework's somehow finished before the deadline, and my papers are perfect, but that's not all. My flowers are watered, laundry's done, even I really don't know what's going on, but for now, maybe the stars above decided to help out after seeing all the effort I put into my research. If that's even possible. But there's no point in me studying. It comes down to my own efforts, improving... Oh no, I've already spent... I still haven't made much headway on my thesis. At this rate, I'll need the... Yes, but time's of the essence. But the wisdom Sealy is truly amazing, and freely if you want its help, all you have to do is write down your question, and you'll get a response a short while later. No one knows who or what it actually is. It's just known as the wisdoms, but getting an answer all comes down to the Sealy's mood. Sometimes it'll only give you a vague answer or play tricks on you. All I can do right now is hope. Who knows if it'll happen this time? I can't put trying my luck with another phenomenon is... Really? But I don't want to take up your time. Sorry for the bother. Okay, let's go give it a try. I just hope it can help me get through this. Among the countless legends surrounding the House of Dana, the Wisdom Sealy is one of the more popular. It hasn't been around for long, but word of the Sealy's existence spread like wildfire, so it should probably... Any funny antics in the House of Dana will get you escorted out. Let's split up and ask around about the Sealy. Excuse me? Have you ever...
You've come to the right person. I came across this legend not too long ago myself. After hearing about it, I decided to test it out and asked it a question about the brightness. 2 days later, I got a response. It included 2 pages of detailed and accurate information. It saved me from having to look up a ton of research. Yeah, so I submitted another question a few days ago. I still haven't received...
That sounds like what others have said, but I don't have the time to wait for a reply of the seal. Whatever. Can you
It's quite simple. Go to the bookshelf over there and find either theoretical astrology or a quick reference guide to astrology cases.
Oh, I know where those are. My dark...
Okay, so write your question in a letter addressed to the Wisdom Sealy, and then insert the letter into one of the books. Come back in a day or two, and if you see a red stamp on your letter, that means the Wisdom Sealy has replied. However, if the stamp never appears, then that means the Sealy doesn't want to answer your...
I see. I'm gonna go write down my question.
Light it up! Carbon waves!
Finally. Wait, I guess I'll come back tomorrow to check on it. I see. Alright then. Let's... Time to look at the letter. Please let there... there's a red stamp on it. The Sealy responded. Fantastic. This is wonderful. My troubles are... let's take a look at what it... Thank you for your letter. Though I have extended a response, I cannot answer your query due to your questionable motive. Questionable... Okay, let's see. Completing a thesis requires independent thought and work. You planned on using my knowledge to complete your paper's most critical portions. That's not... However, considering that your deadline is fast approaching, and that there is substance to the content in the completed sections of your thesis, I've decided to help you and follow the hints I've left, and you will consider the effort you put into thinking and searching as your payment for my... What the... It's absolutely right about everything, but I'm running out of time. Huh? I could tell you're a very kind person, but I'll definitely think of a way to make it up to you once I take care of my thesis. Okay, let's start by looking. The first clue lies hidden on the road of wisdom. The headstrong child finally sees the world for how big it truly is. Filled with awe, yet, that's it? Not even a picture or any other marking to go off of. What's this road of wisdom and... Possibly. That sounds like... Wait, I think I get what it means by the child. When I first left home, it took me days to reach Sumeru City. It was so grand and awe-inspiring. After seeing the city, a thought popped into my head. Am I really worthy? Worry, fear, or whatever you want to call it. But how does it know my feelings so well? You have a point. Anyway...
Bring it!
Oh, we should be close. This is the way I came when I first... Aw, it's been... No, this isn't the time for that kind of talk. We have to... It is. Relying solely on what the silly said might not... Assuming the silly is intentionally linking the clues to my past... So this is a little embarrassing. At that time, the sight of Sumeru City was absolutely mesmerizing. I was anxious, but I was distracted and accidentally stepped on a video leopard. I didn't notice it at all. The poor thing was sound asleep, and after I stepped on its tail, there were actually more video leopards sleeping nearby, and they were all faster than me. Good thing someone from the Eremites heard me shouting for help. They managed to... Yeah, but when I finally managed to calm myself down, I noticed that the talisman my mother had made for me, it's extremely precious to me. Ever since I was little, I would always... I also had it with me when the academia conducted its selection exam at my village. I checked my bag at least a dozen times to make sure the talisman would... I feel much more at ease knowing that I have it with me. I had thought that it would also help me calm my nerves but I ended up losing it before I even finished registration at the academia. Yeah, and that's when I started having sleeping problems. Losing a talisman like that is definitely a bad... Oh, sorry. I'm starting to... I think we should look around if the silly is trying to make me remember things that happened in the past. Hope the silly's clue wasn't also torn to shreds by a video leopards. I'm sorry. I suppose any progress is a step in the right direction. Oh, we should be close. Sure enough, it's here. And in a really obvious place. That pretty much confirms my hunch. I don't know. But how did it know about all these details? It's not hiding somewhere and spying on me, is... seems like you haven't forgotten about... see? It knows everything. I have no idea what's going on. I've placed the second clue where heaven meets water. The answer, seemingly amongst the stars, was ultimately washed to some unremarkable place downstream. Ah, just as I thought. It's something to do. If the first clue was any indication, then the location described in this clue should also. Most Ratawa's research is related to studying the stars. My own. And, let's just say there's another devastating and unforgettable failure I had. But that can't be helped, right? We do many things not because we want to, but let's keep moving.
Hmm.
Yep.
We're here. That's where I performed my first field observation after enrolling at the academia. I borrowed some equipment. Everything was ready to go, and I was positive that I'd be. But the equipment was a little heavy, and I didn't notice that the ground was muddy. And after I finished setting up everything, part of the ground suddenly shifted, and my equipment started teetering over. I rushed over to grab hold of it, but I ended up tripping over another piece. The next thing I knew, everything was covered with muddy water. You must be wondering how someone can... Thank you for understanding. If I were the one complaining about not being well rested, it would just sound like an it's a vicious cycle. The less I just got a minor fracture, so I had to rest at B. Marston for a while. To pay off the damages to the equipment, I took some part-time jobs. I just went to work whenever I couldn't sleep. Bingo. Oh, the pressure from my studies. After all, I am the legendary Layla who made it into the academia at a young age. Oh, and then, of course, I've even considered giving up on my studies completely and returning home to help care for the Sumter beast, but that would be kind of... I don't mean that I'd be embarrassed in front of others. I mean that I'd be ashamed of myself. After all, although it hasn't always been smooth sailing and sometimes things don't go my way, I made it this far on my own. There haven't been any major incidents with my studies, and I even managed to pay off the equipment damages. But I guess I'm exaggerating a bit. Most of it is still due to the help of some unknown person rather than my own work. And that's exactly why they mustn't ever find out. Once I finally manage to acclimate to life in Sumeru City, I'll show them my success. Anyways, let's continue looking for the next clue. It should... Here, it's over here. Let's see. Have you found... Well, of course. How else could I be reading this? I've placed the third hint at a crossroad without a cross. You can turn left or right, but turning back shouldn't be an option. They're actually getting clearer for me. I was sort of expecting this, but I don't know if the clues are following a timeline or if they're based on the amount of regret I have. Either way, this incident was bound... Did someone really go to all this trouble just to pull off some prank? Anyway, just follow me.
Get to work! Burn it down!
Let's ride! Amazing! Need a surfboard? Faster! Let's ride! This is the place that immediately came to mind. I came here to conduct some astrological observation once. Everything went smoothly on the way, but just as I was about to set up the observation equipment, I heard a strange sound coming from nearby. I made my way here. They were a group of treasure hoarders, and the family that was being mugged looked completely helpless. They definitely wouldn't have been able to escape, and simply handing over their Mora might not have been enough to make the bandits go away. Not exactly. I already had a vision. Someone with a vision should technically be really powerful, right? Handling. However, I didn't know how to channel the power of the elements to fight at that time, and I was super scared. I wielded immense power, but then I ran away. I scrambled. Eventually, I managed to return with a few. It took longer than I had hoped, and by the time we made it back here, the treasure... I don't know if the family only lost their belongings in the end, or... I faced a lot of problems after coming to Sumeru City, but this incident is one that I regret the most. I sat on the... I could have stepped in to help that family. Would it have ended differently if I were just a little... Aw, thank you for trying. It's just as the silly said. Turning back shouldn't be an option. However, I can't help but think about running away whenever I'm... You're right. The more... I'm feeling... We're probably getting close now. Let's search this area. Here it is, just as I thought. Let's see what we have this time. Huh? It's, guess not. This house looks like it's in Vimara Village. Does the Sealy want us to go there? I can't think of any connection I have with Vimara Village, though. I've only been there... whatever the case, the only way we'll know is if we go there. Thanks, but I'm fine. I'm...
Rise with the sun! Rev the engines!
Oh, don't tell me that's the family that bandits has gone to rob them.
Let's see. this should be the plate. Maybe the Silly didn't prepare anything. If we're wrong about this, it'll be super. You're right.
Coming! Oh, it's you, Layla. How nice of you to stop by again.
Huh?
That's no way to greet a friend. Of course I know you. Is this a friend of yours? Or perhaps a class?
A friend. I'm having a little trouble with my thesis and we happened, I don't know either. I recognized him immediately. He's one of the people
yeah.
He shouldn't know anything about me. He
As
shouldn't even know who I am.
okay, so we are the what? So as I knew that Layla has another personality when she faints or sleeps, and the other personality has done all of those things. I'm spoiled that about that, and yep. This slept person has answered the thing in the book for Layla, and the person knows Layla because he has met the slept version probably, and like all of that. So yep, this is the case. If you have not understood what's going on.
Yeah, but that was before the robbery. Even if he saw me, he wouldn't know who I am.
Is something the matter?
I appreciate your kindness, but I really can't remember.
So you aren't joking? Do you still remember when my family and I were being
Yes, but I don't think...
How so? You told us everything yourself the last... My family and I were surrounded by treasure hoarders, and I didn't know what to do. But then, we heard people approaching in the distance. Those treasure hoarders were the first to hear them coming and started to flee the moment they sensed the situation wasn't going their way. They didn't... I wasn't sure what had happened, but the treasure hoarders were scared off. I immediately grabbed my wife and...
Oh, I see.
I thought it was a party of adventurers that happened to pass by, but later, you told me that you had spotted us and ran to find... You were amazing. You managed to keep a level head. I know you have a vision, so those treasure hoarders wouldn't have been a match for you. But they might have harmed me and my family if their backs were pushed against the wall.
Wait, that's not exactly what happened. Anyway, when did I come here last?
It's been some time, but not too long ago. I don't...
Nope. I'm sorry. I still can't seem to remember, even after everything you've
You came over and ate with us, and you played games with my son. I've only... Oh! You forgot a package here from that visit. You'll wait here.
A packet? Wait. This is the talisman that I lost. The one that my mother made for me. Yes, this is definitely it. There's also a letter here. Was to Layla? No. I swear I've never done anything. Hello, Layla. It must have been quite... Self-reflection is a wonderful quality to possess, but you'll only end up hurting yourself if you... Failure is a stranger to no one. The purpose of self-reflection is not to indulge in the pain of... If you're reading this letter, then you have succeeded in On the back of this letter is the core information that your thesis is lacking. It's actually been done for a while now. It only feels inconclusive because it's missing a concise summary to tie it all. I hope that this journey has provided insight for your life ahead. From the bottom of my heart, I wish you courage as you carry, always watching over you. Oh, I thought we were going to fail. the Sealy wasn't messing with... I doubt it. I mean, unless I somehow came here while I was unconscious and... Although, having said that, I have heard rumors claiming that I sleep, but even then, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually the Wisdom Sealy. It could have just helped me while I was sleepwalking. I'll write back and ask to meet with the Sealy and see how it responds. Even though I still have a lot of questions, if it wasn't for your encouragement, I probably would have quit halfway
I'm not sure if I understand what has happened.
Yes, it's something really, really good.
Well then, since you're already here, why don't you stay and have something to eat?
Oh,
Come on, don't be a stranger. You must relax and gather your strength so you can take...
alright, thank...
Okay, 0 stress. We did well. That's good. Okay. Oh my. There are 3 rows in this one single. Okay. Where is that? Okay, skip.
This is the place that...
Okay.
But what about my thesis? We still haven't sorry for causing you so much. Alright, actually, I'm really...
Burn it down!
Let's stop here. I don't think I can walk. Alright. I feel bad for making you go through so much trouble for me. Oh, if only I were more capable. I'm sorry. But enough of that. I cannot just give up. Watch out! Monsters! No, I'll fight, but I want to help. I mustn't keep repeating. I should take action if you miss those opportunities. All right. The night is cold.
Light it up! Fulfill our pact! Get to work! Bring it!
My guiding stars.
Burn it down! Incinerate!
It's embarrassing to be out of breath so quickly, well, but then again, I know you'd be able to see, right? I'm just happy I didn't get... Oh, thanks. Although I may not be physically strong, can you stay with me while I recover?
Dude, it really makes you feel sorry for dude, bro. Like, you can just say definitely the most pitiful person in Sumeru, maybe. I mean, what is this?
Finally, I wrote, wait a... Good point. Supposedly, everyone who's been pranked by the Silly had angered it in some way. That means the Silly is someone who's very strict and serious about knowledge. But who knows if it's really a Silly or some person. True, and if but there's nothing else we can do. It's the one holding all the cards. After all, it'd probably be impossible to find it and ask my question in person. Huh? It's a Seelie we're talking about. According to legend, Seelies are elusive and can create countless copies of themselves. Sorry. Okay, Layla. Calm down and think. We have two possible leads right now. The first is the checkout logs of those two books, and the other is the red stamp. The red stamp bears the Retawahist emblem, which is used by a lot of people. It'll be hard to track down an individual. Let's go and make an inquiry. We can also ask around the House of Dana and see if anyone else knows. Hi there.
Yes, of course. I've been looking into it for However, I feel like I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Hey, maybe...
Sure.
There are a few known traits of the Wisdom Seelie. First, it's extremely strong. It can easily carry a few dozen books, along with 4 or 5 pieces of astrology equipment. It's extremely athletic as well. It only moves in a straight line and doesn't stop for anything. Not even walls or... Lastly, it has a number of special abilities. It has a hardened metal body that's impervious to injury. It can freeze water into ice, and it can also summon meteors.
That doesn't even sound human.
Well, it is a legend after all. It's no surprise that some details seem a little exact, but these aren't just made up, you know. Each of its abilities has been confirmed by... There have been many sightings, too, including a Chatrakam cave, the Avidia forest, and around the waterfall.
Has anyone seen what it actually looks like?
Not that I know of. No one's been able to get close to it. It seems like it tries to stay out of... I would probably want to remain a mystery, too, if I were someone as legendary as the Wisdom Seelie. So what do you make of it? Have you seen...
No. We're probably gonna need some time.
Not a problem. But if you manage to find anything, I trust that you'll quickly discover the excitement of...
Hi there. Have you heard of...
Do I really look like the kind of student that would be interested in such a...
Oh,
Well, I do happen to have some information on it. Huh? logically, that has nothing to do with the question I asked. I just don't want others to see me as some poor excuse for a student, whiling away my time in the House of...
I don't really think bad students would come to the House of Dana to pass the time. But...
Well, I spend most of my time here, and I have noticed something. One time, late at night, a black shadow fell from above and landed in the central area of the House of Dana. Of course, I was a little sleepy at the time, but it startled me, and I got up to see what was going on.
And...
Then, the shadow quickly circled behind me with incredible speed. Just as I tried to turn around to get a look at it, I fainted. Yes, it was unbelievably fast. But given how popular the legend of the Seelie has become lately, maybe this had...
don't take this the wrong way, but doesn't the House of Dana...
It was closed that night. I suppose even the House of Dana needs to be closed for maintenance.
I see, but what were you doing here if the...
Don't look so surprised. It's a common practice to find a place to hide before they lock the doors, so you can continue reading books here. Everyone knows that.
Anyway, thank you for the info. I'll be sure to take note of everything you...
You're welcome.
Hello there. Can I help you?
Hello. I'm a Ratawahist student and would like to see the checkout logs for theoretical astrology and...
Oh, are you also here to investigate the Ratawahist with...
Also? I suppose it...
Yes, I myself am also quite curious about it. But unfortunately, given you're a Ratawahist student, I'm sure you know that a lot of research references these two books. All our copies of these particular titles are frequently checked. I have looked into it, but found no irregularities.
Is there any chance the Seelie could have taken the books out and returned them without being noticed?
Not likely. That would be almost impossible. The House of Dana is extremely strict about and even if it managed to figure out a way to take the books without leaving any record, it's possible that someone would come looking to borrow the books before the Seelie If someone discovers that a book is missing or that it doesn't match my inventory records, it would come to my attention. However, it might be possible to pull off in the case of a less popular book.
Okay, I understand. This is useful to know. With any luck, it'll help us work out this... Okay, everyone's given us a lot of useful information. Some things we heard were pretty straightforward, but yeah. Let me think and see what I can make of it.
Wait a moment. My screen has something on it, which is unpleasant. But how should I remove it? Let's see if we can remove it this way. Okay, hopefully it has not gotten worse. It seems like it has disappeared. Oh god, my screen is a mess. Well, let's continue.
Okay, calm down. First, let's try to figure out the Seelie's identity. Then, we'll analyze where it's been sighted and its motives. From there, we should be able to predict it. I may be able to come up with a more concrete... I may be able to come up... It once infiltrated the house. It's been to the Chatrakam. Book circulation is strictly regulated, and there's a log of any stamp. Which probably means they're a Ratawahis student. Okay, I think first, based on the information Katayun provided, we can assume that the Sealy is a student from the Ratawahis Dar. The possibility of it being someone outside the Darshan can be ruled out because it'd be impossible to gain access to those two books without going through the library. Next, leaving its crazy abilities aside, all the sightings took place in locations that are officially recommended for astrology observation by the academia. In other words, it's probably just conducting research, and the nature of its research is very... The question that I submitted was no simple query, but it was able to give me a reply in just a day. This implies that it's familiar, so based on this reasoning, all we have to do is wait for it at the next astrological observation site. It's nothing, really. There are actually some other factors that... but that's not important right now. Let's get going. Even though, I'll tell you what I mean by that if the Sealy doesn't show up.
Bring it!
The weather today is perfect for observation. Honestly, spending an entire night waiting for something that we're not sure is gonna happen... But we don't really have any choice. Get some sleep if you're tired. I'll be up. It's not like I could sleep anyways. Thanks. Oh, how about... Sure enough, it didn't show up. We hardly saw it. No matter how conclusive the evidence is or how perfect our reasoning may be, nothing will happen as long as I'm awake. They're probably one and the same. It's like I told you. I have a severe sleeping disorder, and there have been a lot of rumors. I tried to understand what I had been doing when I'm unconscious, but I've never... Something is actively attempting to cover up all the clues without... Maybe that something is me. For all I know, I could even be the Sealy. Would the Sealy be willing to help me this time? What is it actually thinking? Huh? You want to help me? Of course it would be nice to know it's really... But that's impossible. It's always avoiding me and keeping me... Huh? What's wrong? Yeah, and to think I could have been working on my thesis this whole time. My stomach is churning. Please stop. The more you talk about... Oh, come on, Layla. Oh no. I'm... Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted there. Where were we? Oh, what's wrong? You look like you've got something on your mind. What are you talking about? What do you mean the other Layla? I am Layla. Fine. It appears that you were waiting for me to show up. I suppose there's no use in me I promise I don't mean any harm and I'll answer all your questions. But before that, would you mind telling me who you are first? Let me think. Okay, I got it. You two found this place by following the hints that I left behind. You were planning to wait for me. Or I should say you were waiting for the Seelie to show up. Was this your idea or hers? I see. Yes, she's always had great analytical skills. It'd be nice if she was more confident, though. All right, that's all the questions I have. Your turn. Please ask away. That's right. Though I didn't intend for it to turn out this way, really. I just wanted to help out a few other classmates who were having a hard time while I was helping Layla finish her thesis. You see, Layla doesn't have many friends at the academia. If the others noticed her helping them out, I thought maybe I'd help her become more sociable. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out. Instead, Legends of the Sea... Infiltrating the House of Dana was a total accident. She'd forgotten an important book, and the House of Dana happened to be closed at the time. There were only days before the paper was due. I had no choice but to scale the walls with some simple climbing ropes and sneak in from above while the Core 30 I had no idea there was still a student inside. I had any clear evidence of my existence would only hinder my ability to conceal my identity. It would also... As for the special powers, well, they're just things I did during the process of trying to finish the thesis. It's like I said, I don't have much time, so... I can instantly tell which students are asking serious questions and which are just trying to take advantage of me to slack off. My time to move freely is quite limited, so it's only natural that I would punish the people attempting to waste my time. My intention is to help people. I'm not here to cut... Well then, does that answer all your questions? You see, her emotions are incredibly unstable. If she knew that there's another Layla who is capable of doing everything, she may think even less of her. She could think, maybe I should just leave it all to her. I'm always relying on her anyway. Why not let her live my life for me? She might start thinking about giving up completely, and that's the exact opposite of... After all, she and I are one and the same. We're two No one knows her greatest strength more than I do. It's her resilience. If she's able to persevere in everything she does, then one day she won't need my help anymore. I trust that she's capable of doing... She actually discovered the key data she needs for her thesis a long time ago. She just didn't organize it well enough. I'll complete her thesis for her just as I have in the past. Oh, please don't share any of this with her. Thank you for doing this. She seems to be waking up now. Huh? Did I faint? Oh, I see. Was I sleepwalking? I wasn't... Really? I don't believe you. You're hiding something from... You said you were gonna help me, didn't you? Why are you holding out on me now? Please tell me.
What a tricky situation. Break one promise to hold the other. That's kind of paradoxical. Okay. Okay, this sucks. 1 hour and only 3 endings. I hope the other 3 are shorter and easier to reach. Surely. Okay, let's see. Where should we go differently?
Anyway. No. You're right. I need to keep. But what do we do from here? Rest? But my deadline's just around the corner. I don't think I can afford to rest right now. You do have. Then how should I rest? I definitely won't be able to sleep. As soon as I close my eye. Oh, that's a good idea. A cup of.
As much as I know, coffee won't help you sleep. But, anyways, they're idiots and think it does. So, actually, coffee helps you sleep, but not in a short time, in a long time. Like, caffeine effects last like for 12 hours, and after 12 hours, you may experience a lack of acetylcholine on your neurons, and then you may sleep easier than normal, but that's after 12 hours, not when you need to calm down and sleep. Caffeine is not an option here after only like half an hour or maybe 1 hour. Your stomach starts to digest the caffeine and blah 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 blah. Your nerves actually get more active, and that doesn't help. As long as I know, as much as I know.
Will have to wait for now.
Oh, hey, Layla.
Huh?
I'm one of Layla's classmates. I just came by to say hi. We just submitted our theses and we're totally beat. Everyone will be meeting here to celebrate. Seeing how relaxed you look, you must have already had your thesis finished.
Oh, no,
You say that every time we talk, but you've never missed a deadline. Not only that, your papers are always well written and thorough. Your advisor is constantly praising your work. Yet you're always going around saying stuff like, I can't make it, I don't understand, I'm super worried. That kind of talk doesn't reflect your work at all, you know.
Well,
For starters, she doesn't even try to participate with the group at all. It's one thing that she's not willing to help us, but she doesn't even bother showing up for our discussion meeting. Every time we come to see her, she looks out of sorts and on the verge of a breakdown. It's not like we can't finish our own theses without her, but no one wants to always see her this way.
I know. Sorry.
Whatever, there's no point in starting an argument. If you think she can justify her behavior, then that's your opinion.
Thanks for... I really want to help the others, but most of the time I'm barely scraping by myself. there's very little I can help with. Yeah, I can't ever tell my classmates about that. I'd be a mess if they ever reported it to my... It's really just a big misunderstanding, and there's nothing I can do about it. Everyone just gives me weird looks and judges me. It's making it really... It's actually pretty rare for someone to actively engage in a conversation with me, like you do. Huh? What do you mean? Yeah, that's it. The thing is, I'm terrible under pressure. That's just my nature. Even the thought, and the more nervous I get, the worse things become around me. Take what Munira just said, for example. I don't think I'll be able to get it out of my mind for the entire day. Completely relaxed? But we're at a cafe. Is this not relaxing enough? Alright, no more buts. My life is a mess because of the decisions I've made for myself. How do I completely relax? Sightseeing. I used to enjoy visiting the rainforest, but... okay, what?
I think there is another choice here. Yep, exactly, but let's complete this one first. Please be the two-choice one. Oh, wait. Oh, yes. We have 3 endings left, so there is 1 two-choice and 1 two-choice and 1 road. Oh, 1 road. Okay.
I just want to forget about the thesis altogether. This doesn't count as trying to avoid my problems, does it? That's quite the legitimate excuse. No, it's more of an... I grew up in a place like this. Looking into the distance now with the breeze in my face makes me feel like a kid. Those were the happiest days. I had a bunch of friends back then, and we would go pick wild berries. No matter what ingredients we found, we would cook them over a fire, and whoever lost one of our games would have to eat all of it. No, it wasn't that bad. It really depended on how lucky you were. Grilled apples and sunsettias are actually, sure. Apples and zaytun peaches were the most popular fruits back then. Oh, and of course, grilled fish is delicious too. Oh, fish skin releases oils while cooking, which drip into the fire and cause it to burn even brighter.
Hurry up! Faster, faster!
But we would always get yelled at by the grown-ups if they caught us sneaking into the river to catch fish. What's the big deal? We just want to swim. That's what we used to say. But now that I think about it, it really was quite dangerous. Thank goodness nothing bad ever happened. I think we found... Alright, these there's nothing like the smell of fresh ingredients. I'll be here cleaning the ingredients. Can you please fetch some fire?
What?
Let's ride!
Burn it down!
Fresh. We all used to run around in the wood. It doesn't matter how long I'm away from the forest. I won't ever forget the feel. How about you? Can you relate to that feeling? It's almost like not knowing the world will change or ever expecting it to change. Whatever the case, in the end, I passed the admissions exam, and the life I had led came to an abrupt end. Later, as I sat in a lecture at the academia, my mind started to wander, and I began to think about, I can't go back anymore. And other similar thoughts started to come to mind. You're right. So we should let go of the but reminiscing about the carefree life of being a kid sure works wonders. You start missing those moments once you leave them behind. And from now on, I'd like to cherish every single day of my life, even when it's not the smoothest. I'll take a little bit of sugar and a good view, really. I thought it'd be impossible for me to enjoy something like that, but now I feel like I'm fully enjoying myself. It's really great. So, what are we doing next? You're right. I've been doing a carefree stroll.
Fulfill our test!
Wow, the feeling of cool. Can you wait for a minute? I'd like to wash my face. I think it'd be refreshing. I can't remember the last time I went swimming. I might not even know how to anymore. Okay. I'll try to swim over. Wait, no. No, forget about. Wait, we're starting already? As expected, I lost. to beat an adventure. Really? But that's just like how I used to think that I had a gift for learning. After coming to Sumeru City, I realized that I only thought that. On top of that, I'm getting weaker and weaker. Please, you're always encouraging me. But swimming again really feels great. Every muscle in my body was engaged. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm sure fish have worries of their own. Let's keep going. Let's ride! There's a mushroom here. You want to jump on it to see what's up there? I haven't done this in a while. I kinda want to give it a try.
Rise with the sun! Rev the engines!
We've walked pretty far, but I barely felt the time. I've been staring at books in my thesis every day. I've forgotten how nice and happy life actually can be. You're right. No matter how much of a hard time I'm having in academic, you really understand more about life than I do. Release my stress? But it's a little uncivilized, isn't it? Alright, I'll give it a try.
I hate stuttering.
What an amazing day!
What is this? Oh god. I can laugh at it all day.
My entire body is bubbling with excitement. This happiness was so common as a child, but before it's getting late. Why don't we rest here for a while? But it's alright if you don't want to listen to that kind of stuff. We can also tell jokes about life, or talk about anything you're interested in. Okay. The only reason I ever chose to study astrology is because my teacher told me that nature possesses a certain power that grants people an equal amount of kindness and fairness, regardless of the difference. And that's why I wanted to call the kind person who's always helping me. The stars in the sky are something that brings... everything about home is filled with pure... If I were to ever discard anything so pure, that's why, no matter how tiring or how hard it gets, I won't let my family... Yeah, thank goodness you were there to help me out, or I don't know what... We probably still have a while until the stars come out. Only kids sit around like this, waiting for the stars to appear.
Nice. Another ending with no stars. Okay, this was the one without any choice. The other one has two choices. So probably one long road and one short road for us. Let's see. Oh, the rude girl at the cafe. Coffee. Coffee. Okay.
Let's sit down here and have some coffee and sweets. No. We're here to rest. Face it head on? What should I do? Do you really think I can? Oh, okay. The theory sections are pretty much finished. I'll be able to... as of now, I'm missing crucial observation data. I need the results of an observation to... And then there's the preparation for my thesis defense. I'll need to mentally prepare. What? You want to help me with my... thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to show you my you're so kind. Okay. I'll do my best. First on the list is the experiment to get observational data. I actually had it all planned out several days ago and even borrowed a celestial globe. However, the weather was rainy every single day after I borrowed it, and I was unable to compare the... There were a lot of people waiting to borrow the celestial globe, and I wasn't able to extend my time slot. So I returned it. That's why I still haven't performed the necessary observation. That's right. The celestial globe is a high-precision device used... Huh? Why the Adventurers Guild? Oh, I see. The Okay.
Ad Astra Episosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
I'd like to... I have a commission... it's... right. Equipment...
I don't know anything about astrology, so I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar. However, one of our requesters happens to be an astrology enthusiast. I hear that he's a collector of all sorts of... After the Adventurers Guild helped him out, he indicated that he'd be happy to return the favor if perhaps we could arrange a meeting between you two.
Really?
You're welcome. It's my job. The man's name is Azam. Here is his address.
Let's ride!
Rise with the sun! Bring it!
Hello?
Yes, I am. Ah, I see. Well, if it's a request from an adventurer, then I'll be happy to help you.
Yes, this is it. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
To be honest, judging by what stands before me, I find it very hard to believe that you're an astute Astrology is a hobby of mine, and these devices have cost me both time and mora to collect, which is why I don't let just anyone borrow them on a whim. These devices...
Oh, that's completely understandable.
How about this? I don't need a deposit or anything, but I'd like you to share the contents of your research with me. I'll ask you some questions. If your explanation proves satisfactory...
Share the contents of... All right.
Oh no.
I'll try. But...
Yes, that would be fine.
You're probably aware that as...
Of course. Interesting.
As time continues...
I think that it might just be another...
If the changes follow a certain pattern, the changes could be what I'm working...
Triple orbit?
Yes.
You do know that adding an extra star to the equation increases the computational workload by more than 10.
It does get a little complicated, but it's still manageable with the use of a few self-invented, which leads us to why
Amazing.
Do I really look like that?
Don't worry. It would make me extremely happy if my collection could assist a Just make sure you return it to me when...
Good thing Azam was willing to hear me out. Really? I was just really? I guess even the hardest problems, recording and comparing data, will be much Let's continue with the plan. Can you help me with the
I don't want to put so much pressure on her, so let's get back here.
Hello, are you...
Don't be nervous.
Alright.
Are we there with less stress? Yes. Okay, let's continue. Wait. There is another route, so... Oh, don't abandon it, okay. Let's complete this one first. Whatever. Huh? Okay, anyways.
Carving waves! Light it up! Rev the engines!
Oh.
This seems like the best spot to do this. We'll need to be quiet so we don't So here's what will happen during my thesis defense. Theoretically, however, I tend to get really nervous when my advisors look at me, and I end up completely forgetting. That's why I want to rehearse and... that's right. You should have got... It's okay if your questions are a little off. I'll still treat them as real... wait a moment. All right. Sure. But you can see it's clear that in each of the, we not only need to stars with greater shifts, and that's my answer to your question. I'm gonna need more practice. I can feel myself getting flustered. Oh, really? Then this practice must be helping. I didn't even realize it, but you're right. I guess that means I'm capable of I can hardly believe... Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I'm really I'm not sure how to put this. I'm really happy about everything that's happened, but I'm also feeling a little sad.
Okay, well.
I still don't know anything about the blessing from the stars. Will it never happen again since I don't need its help? That somehow makes me feel yeah, it almost makes the blessing feel like it was just but I would really like to discover what the blessing actually is, if I ever. That's basically how I feel about it. Even if I know nothing about the blessing, I could still feel its companionship all along. It's almost like how you help me. I really cherish and appreciate it. After all, it wouldn't be right to That's good. I hope it's a little more satisfied.
Nice, and the last... Actually, I think that here, if we mess... the next road is where we mess up. Like, stress her out to the
Hello,
breaking point, fainting point,
Yes, I am.
whatever it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. Shifts.
I'm okay. My mind just decided to stray elsewhere for a moment. Give me a second to gather myself. Oh, is this the...
Correct. I was about to test you with a few questions, but you...
Oh, don't worry about it. I don't sleep very well, so I tend to get a little dizzy from...
She seemed... Oh, I see.
With pleasure. I'll give you a general overview. You're probably due to the difficulty of designing an experiment and the challenges of validating theories about them. And therein lies the largest complexity. Derived and validated conclusions.
I've heard about this before.
One of the most classic challenges is to use 3 stars with shifting orbits to predict the overall changes that may have occurred.
Are you referring to the triple orbit problem? Yes.
I came up with a set of prediction methods that encompass more than half of the triple orbit problems. However, there are quite a few limitations and requirements. This set of methods is already being put into practice at the Ratawa Darshan by my advisor, drastically simplifying the difficulty of calculations involved.
Yes, I've heard about that. The announcement made big...
You mustn't judge a book. The thesis I'm working on this time aims to address the remaining triple orbit problems, as well as eliminate a portion of the methodologies.
I see. In that case, I'd just keep it as part of a collection.
Thank you for understanding. I'll return it in perfect Okay, what did we plan to do after this? Huh? What makes you say that? Is there something off about me? Fine. Looks like I can't keep the act up any longer. I even tried to look a little panicky to emulate her behavior. I suppose that is what she's been with her long-term sleep deprivation. Whenever her anxiety peaks, she loses consciousness. However, her unpredictable and variable sleep patterns are completely out of my control, so I have to make every second count. There's no one willing to help her here, so I have to step in. I am rather curious about you, though. Why are you trying to help her? Really? That's great. You're helping with all the things that I used to do for her. Seems like you've given her a boost of confidence with you. She's only steps away from the finish line. Anyway, what's the plan from here? I see. Well, it wouldn't be of any help if I practiced for her, but I'll leave some notes that... Come on, let's go back to the House of Dana to make preparation.
Let's ride!
Okay, I should get started on those notes. If there's anything you're curious about, you may go ahead and ask now. Oh, and I have to ask a favor. When you give the notes to her, well, she's always been in a fragile state. She might feel like everything she's ever worked for is pointless. She's a resilient girl, but no matter how resilient, if her condition grows any worse, it's possible that I might cease to exist as well. Then there wouldn't be anyone to help her. She's getting better though, isn't she? It's apparent she's my source of knowledge. I'm merely the representation of how she would be if she were rested and healthy. I believe that she's one of the best, even in a place like the academia. But growth is a process and shouldn't be rushed. I will always believe in and support her. Believe me, even if she were to end up at rock bottom, she'd find a way to somehow laugh it off as one of her silly mistakes. That's the kind of person. Alright, I've written down all the possible questions that I think the advisors might ask. I'm not going to sign it, obviously. Oh, and don't forget about our agreement.
Okay, that's the end, probably. Thanks for watching, and only one remains. Bye.